So my question was, I'm just setting up my Blitzr event. We did one last week. I had it structured in a certain way, and I'm all excited. We had a great attendance. Let me share my screen and show you how I have it set up, and I would love you to sort of teach me some pointers about how to make it better or any suggestions you have. So this is my event as I have it constructed currently. This is sort of my back office where I determine if it's public or private, if people are auto-accepted when they enroll into the event as registrants or not, and so on. And I've structured the meeting right now, 5 minutes for a pre-event where we're all together. They see me at first, and then I might bring on up to 4 people, including myself on the screen. Everybody else is in the chat. I have 5 minutes for that. And then I have 25 minutes for networking with 5 conversations of 5 minutes each. So that makes exactly 25 minutes. And it's really 4.5 minutes because then there's a 30-second break at the end of the 4.5 minutes, which makes the 5-minute blocks. So there's 25 minutes. So they meet 5 people in 25 minutes. There's 1 minute of audio feedback where they can basically say, hey, I love the meeting and here's my feedback. And then there's a 5-minute post-event where we're all together again. That makes 36 minutes, and I'd love to have your feedback.
Okay, first of all, great job on a number of counts. Let's notice that we are on a Zoom meeting, and I'm doing a tutorial with Greg on Blitzr. And I don't say that lightly, it's pretty obvious, but there's a big distinction, and we're going to be doing both. Now, what you've done here, Greg, is you have set up what I would call a very basic, fundamental Blitzr, very foundational, simplistic, straightforward, and you did it by yourself, and you held the meeting totally by yourself. I had nothing to do with this or the setup. So first of all, congratulations, great job.
Thank you.
And now, let me ask you, how difficult was it for you to set up this basic program, which did work, you did hold the meeting, how was it for you?
It was actually very simple. I have to say that I had seen this menu before, so I was a little bit familiar with the menu, but I had never run a meeting on my own. And notice after I put all these details in on the left, it spit out an agenda for me with the time blocks over here, which is nice, right? It told me conference 5 minutes, 1-to-1 starting at 10:05. That would be my time central. You know, feedback starts at 10:30. A conference starts at 10:31 for 5 minutes. It spit all that out. It was very simple to do that.
Good. Okay, so you put on a successful meeting of your own. You planned it, you ran it by yourself, 100%. And this is basically the most simple program you can have with Blitzr, with one exception. If you would go up to the top where it says Blitz at the very top and hit that pull down menu, you see there's 2 things there. The simplest one is called a Blitz Now. You don't have to click on it right now, but what that is all about, you can actually set up an impromptu, ad hoc, off the cuff Blitz Now, and it takes 5 minutes. So in other words, you and I could say, hey, let's get a group, or maybe we're on a Zoom and we all want to gather on Blitzr, and I've done this before. All you do is hit Blitz Now, and in 5 minutes, a Blitz will start. So if we were on Zoom, as we are right now, and we said, okay, group, let's go over to Blitzr. We could do a Blitz Now, no pre-programming, and do a networking event. That would be the #1 simplest program. The one that you did of setting up a scheduled basic platform use program is the next simplest program, and you did it successfully. So that's great. Now, this is where we want to drill down with people and show them a number of additional things. First of all, one thing, if you go back to where you were with the overview that you set up right there, let's say on set up. So one thing that is important is to understand that what we want to do is show you how to drill down, and we are going to be coaching you on some of the basic things like using Chrome. Okay, it's important to use Chrome. It's important that you understand how to set up your camera and microphone just at the bottom during the actual Blitz, where you can click on it. And if there's a problem, it's also important to remember, because Blitzr is what I would call in beta. It's pretty experienced beta though, a couple of years in now. So they've worked out a lot of details and things. But there is one thing that you want, a couple of rules you want to be aware of. If anything doesn't work, if you simply hit refresh, like if a microphone doesn't work or something like that, you hit refresh, that will usually fix it very quickly. So now let's go back to your basic set up and what else could be built on top of this. I believe that one of the most important phenomenon in online virtual business networking is becoming Zoom burnout, because it really requires what I would call synchronous networking. Now, what that means is that right now you and I schedule a time to meet and we both have to be here at the same time. Okay. But the other thing that Blitzr does is it also provides asynchronous networking or self-paced networking. So let's say somebody that maybe can't be here at the meeting or for some reason or other is unable to use Blitzr. They could also participate. If you go, notice right under where I think where your mouse is near, if you go to sponsor network, you talked about auto accept, and then right underneath that, yeah, right there, you have a sponsor network turned on. Now, what that means, that's drilling down a little bit deeper, but this is where you can record in placements next to that promotion tab. Go to placements, no, right in, yeah, right there. And now I can set up placements in my sponsor network. So if I want to change the first setting, let's click on change. Okay. Now I can record a message, let's say 30, 60 seconds, however long I want. Let's say 30 seconds. I can record it, and then I can play that in any meeting I want as a sponsor. So I can record my own message right here in this spot. Yeah, I can type in the name of the message, what I want to call it. We can call this one a placement. There you go. And then the description, you can, it could be a survey, it could be a join now, it could be a get a link. You can do a lot of different things with this. So this would be self-paced networking. So because we don't want to limit the networking that we do to only the time that we have to be on live meetings. We want to concentrate on what I call direct response networking. So you can be networking and making money while you're busy doing other things. Now, right there, that's like a teleprompter. So what you can do is type in what you're going to say for 30 seconds into that audio scratch pad. You can actually say, "Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining our Blitzr. This is Dr. Greg Sanders." Something like that. You can type that right in under audio scratch pad down it right below that.
Join the Max community to learn all about the best technology to use in your ideal dream team to make it happen.
Exactly. And then you can type in whatever you want to say verbally in there. So that's like your teleprompter.
So they read this. So when I speak my audio, I wouldn't necessarily need to reread this.
Right. Or you could. It's up to you.
Or I could. Okay.
Paste that in there just to show, just paste what you got.
So I could, even make it different, slightly change the word, like to build the profitability of your online business with the best cutting edge tools and technology, that type thing.
Absolutely. And now let's try and record it.
Okay.
So let's go down to start when you're ready, and you can record it. You make a mistake, you can re-record it.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and try it, and just so everybody can see what that's like. So when you're ready, just hit start, read what you just typed in there.
All right. So here we go. To build the profit. Stop. Can I restart?
Yep.
I just click start again.
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay. And then it just erases what I had before.
Right.
All right. To build the profitability of your online business with the best cutting edge tools and technology, please join the Max community. Go to themaxcommunity.com and sign up for your free membership. To build the profitability of your online business with the best cutting edge tools. So I could read it faster to make it a little shorter.
Yeah. And you notice that it erased the previous one.
Okay, and I can make it short. So I could say to build your online business profits, I could make it a little shorter. With the best, let's just say with the best technology and team, join the Max community at themaxcommunity.com, sign up for your free membership and start your free membership. That's better than sign up, start. Okay, so let's try it again. To build your online business profits with the best technology and team, join the Max community at themaxcommunity.com and start your free membership. Okay, so I trimmed off 4 seconds.
There you go. So now let's give a listen to the new one down below. Not there.
Do what? Oh, click this.
Yeah.
To build your online business profits with the best technology and team, join the Max community at themaxcommunity.com and start your free membership. And I see I have a typo here, so I can change that. All right, and if that's all correct, I just save it.
Yep.
All right, save placement. I love that. So then I come back to, or I can go to events and get back into it.
Okay, so now go to placements. Okay, so now go to change under, yeah, so now change. Okay, so now,
Choose.
yeah,
Ah, nice.
there you go.
So delete, sell, change, or play. So basically I could create, I could now if I did a Zoom with someone, could they actually record could you have done the audio for my promotion here? Like if you were a client of mine and you were like buying a placement?
Since it's your meeting, and even if it's my message, if I have you, okay, Greg, type in this description, and then I have you read it for me because it's your meeting, that's a good thing. So that might be a plus. That's almost like a sponsor testimonial from you for me. That's one way to do it.
It's mostly a matter of where do they place this file? Because if for instance, everyone on Blitzr had a place where they could go and record their audio message, like we could even let free members come in here and record a message, because if it could go into a library that then a group admin could grab and say, yeah, I will, I could go in here and select your message and I'm going to charge you for it, or I'm going to make it free, whatever. That way, everybody who's on Blitzr could see this menu. They could record their own little thing from their account, but they could add an option here, which could be something like add to Blitzr library.
Some of our members, could email in copy that they want us to read for a placement for them. And that would be the easiest thing to do.
Right, right. Very nice. Is we could say a new group on Blitzr. Let's see, we could say join the networking beat. Join the networking beat group on Blitzr and attend our Monday 9 a.m. Pacific Blitzr event and our monthly expos on the 3rd Thursday.
Yep.
All right, something like that. And I could, for now, I'll just copy that, and you could have that or something comparable. We've got your little thing there.
Why don't you go ahead and try and reread it for me, and just we'll show people,
Okay,
that there are alternatives.
Okay. I'll put your name first. Well, since I'm reading it. All right, here we go. Join the Networking Beat group on Blitzr and attend our Monday 9 a.m. Pacific Blitzr events and our monthly expos on the 3rd Thursday. This is Greg Sanders and Mike Hayes, co-founders of Networking Beat. Let me add an S. Now, let me just ask you about how this works. They don't see this, they only see this, right?
That's right.
Okay, so that should be fine if I save the placement. All right, then we don't know how to do this exactly, but I'll come back in here. It's not too long to get in here. There's placements. I can go to change. I go to networking beat. I go to choose. Oh, this is so cool because I had other people's like promotions go into my Blitzr last week, and I didn't know how to manage those or change them or whatever. So because I have 5, I've set it up for 5 exchanges or 5 one-to-ones. That's why I'm guessing I have 5 placements here, right? If I had 6, then thered be a 6th item here.
That's correct. And
okay.
So let's go back to setup.
Okay.
Okay, sponsor network on, require sponsor approval. Okay, see right underneath there. Okay, right there. So if you turn that on, go ahead, turn that on. So before somebody else's ad runs in your meeting, you have to be able to approve it.
Nice. Oh, that is so cool. Now, what does team-based mean?
Well, that's a whole different ball game, and that's going deeper. And I've gone there, but it did throw off things. So let's not kind of combine those things right now.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
make that a separate, deeper training.
So if I want to know what placements are going to run, what 30-second commercials are going to run, so to speak, I just go to placements and I can look right there and see them. I could go in and I guess if I click, well, play would just be the audio. If I go to change, how would I edit the whole thing? Well, I guess if I click on, how do I like edit the whole thing? Once you save it, can you go in and edit the script and that type thing?
Yeah, you can edit anytime you want. You could just kill it and move it to the third spot or move it around.
Like if I wanted it right there, but I noticed a typo, could I, instead of re-recording it, can I just go in and edit it? All right, very good.
Now, Greg, while we're here, there's something that I like a lot about this as well. So if you go back to placements, okay, and now let's go to call to action. Now you notice there are two buttons that you can put at the end there, one on the left and one on the right. So you can have two different call to action. Now, since we are in the world of direct response networking, one of the most powerful and important things you can ever do is have a great call to action. So let's click on, because that's what direct response is all about, is taking an immediate action. I'm sorry, let's go back. I meant to tell you, let's click on the button below that. So the edit button, there we go. Okay, so now let's make this. Now, here's what you can do here, Greg. If you scheduled your next meeting, so, and I'll show you how to duplicate your current meeting. So you can create your next meeting, and then you're able to go click here to join our next meeting. But you have to set up the next meeting first before you can have that in there, okay? And then once you have your next meeting set up, then you can do that and have the call to action. That's very important. So at this point, let's go back to setup.
So you don't want me to save this?
No, not yet. Not yet. I just wanted to show it to you. Then see duplicate right under Max Connect. See the duplicate button. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now we're going to duplicate this event. All right. Good. Now don't worry about that date. Just go to setup. Okay. Go to the bottom. So all we have to do is change the date. So see where it says choose date and time? Yeah, right there. Good. So now what is the date and time of your next meeting after your current meeting?
It'd be this one right here. And I guess this is going to be Eastern time, right? The time you said.
It will be whatever your time is. Yeah.
It would be Central time. So because I'm Central right now.
Right.
All right. So if I save that.
And then you want to change the date.
So I already changed that.
Okay.
10 a.m. and 10 a.m. It doesn't say Central, does it? Where does it say what time zone it's in? Yes, there it is right there. Thursday, January, 10 o'clock Central time. Okay, so basically the system knows what time zone I'm in. I put my time and it translates there. Now I noticed something that when you come to events, and if you look at the events here, oh, all right. It looks like if I put a networking beat, for me, it should show, because that would be 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock your time. It should say 11 o'clock my time. Let's just see if that's the case. Oh, you haven't set up your next meeting.
That's correct.
But
the other thing you didn't do after you created your duplicate event, you didn't click on make live, which you need to do to save it.
Okay.
So let's go. Okay, that's the right one. Okay, so say make live.
Okay, and it include. Oh, it does not carry over your placements.
Correct. It does not carry over the placements.
Interesting. Okay. And of course, it doesn't carry over participants because people have to sign up for each event separately.
Exactly. But now you have the link to your next event. So now we can go back to placements. And now we can create the call to action button. Join us next week.
Oh, as a call to action.
Right.
Now, it looks like you could have two call to actions. So
Correct. Absolutely correct. But let's do one at a time. So
Okay.
let's do the top one just for a demonstration. So let's get.
Well, but this is the 20th. So I want to grab this link and put it on the 13th date, right?
That's correct. Yes. So go to the copy of the invite link up the top, or right. You see it right above cancel attendance. There's a little box.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Click on that box. Okay. Now it's green. That's your link. So
Now I
now
come
go
to the
back to the
13th
previous event.
Setup, placements, call to action number 1. The link would be this.
Yeah.
And join us next week for Max Connect. Register now for next week's. How about that?
Yeah.
Now for next week's Max Connect. Save.
And test. There you go, bongo.
And it takes you right there. Now I'm sort of cookied into the setup menu. They wouldn't see this part. They would just, because they recognize who you are. So if you were a registrant, you would see the sign up screen.
That's right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I could do,
You could test that link in an incognito window if you wanted to, just to test it. And then you can set up your second one for whatever other call to action. And this could be for a sales funnel.
all right. So if I want them to start their free Max Community membership, which is my sales funnel, if they go in there and they sign up their free membership, start your free Max Community membership today. And then there's the link, save that.
Yeah.
Call to action. All right. So it tells me, oh, now that's interesting. This one didn't seem to save. Maybe I didn't save it. Aha. So I must not have saved it. I mean, because you kind of save it, and then after you save it, you get that little window at the top that says save call to action. I may not have clicked that potentially.
All right. Well, there's your buttons.
And so do they appear on every little infomercial?
No, only at the end.
Oh, only at the end. Okay.
Okay. So I think we've covered a lot right now. We don't want to try and cover everything.
But you can insert a call to action and could sell that as part of the promo package to someone.